Okay, good morning, everybody. Good to be with you today. It's not much of an everybody day. A lot of people on a field trip. And this will only take us a few minutes. We're just going to wrap up the Descartes chapter in Sophie's world, and it's mostly going to be some interesting stuff going on in Sophie's life. Be no surprises, because I suggested you read ahead 3 weeks ago, so this will all be reviewed, right? Right, I see those guilty looks. It's all right. The thing about suggestions is you're allowed to ignore them and then end up, working over Christmas break. So we're down toward the bottom of the page, just before the last paragraph. So it's going to open in a second with Sophie here. This is exactly how I've always pictured her. I need to change the PowerPoints. Sophie's going to say the first line here in a second. Alberto has still been telling her about Descartes, and she's specifically talking about how for Descartes, the human body is essentially a machine. And the human soul, Descartes believes in the soul, but remember, he has disintegrated reality. So you are not one thing, you are two unrelated things at the same time, body and soul. The common term for that, for the Cartesian approach, even though he never uses the word, is the ghost in the machine. The ghost in the machine. If you've heard that, some of you heard that, Megan always has a look like, I've heard that. All right, so let's open. Sophie, go for it. And project, because I don't have a very good mic on that phone.
Okay. Nowadays, there is a lot of talk about artificial intelligence.
You think there's a lot of talk about artificial intelligence in 1990? Well, how about now? Okay. Yes, that is the automation of our time. We have created machines that can sometimes deceive us into believing that they are intelligent. Machines like these would have terrified Descartes out of his wits. He might have begun to doubt whether human reason really was free and independent, as he had supposed. And there were philosophers who believed that man's spiritual life is no more free than the bodily processes. The human soul is naturally infinitely more complex than any data program. But some people think that in principle, we are just as unfree as these data programs. But look, Sophie, I'll show you something. Alberto pointed to a large writing table at the other end of the room. On it stood a small computer. He went over to it. Sophie followed him. Alberto switched the computer on, and soon the screen showed C at the top. He wrote, Lila, explaining that this was an advanced conversation program. A text soon appeared on the top of the screen. Hi. My name is Lila. Are you sitting comfortably? If they were going to have an intelligent computer in 1990, that's what it would have sounded like. Sophie entered 3 letters. Y-E-S. Oh, sorry, Libby, that spells yes. Y-E-S, she wrote, although she had not yet sat down. Alberto brought up a chair for her. What is your name? Appeared on the screen. You say the things that Sophie types.
So should I say letter by letter?
No, just read it.
Sophie Edmondson.
Wrote Sophie, and the computer answered, 3 Clover Close. Nice to meet you, Sophie. Are you looking forward to your 15th birthday? Sophie was startled. Alberto laid a hand on her shoulder and said, I'm not going to, I don't know where your shoulder's been, so I'm not going to touch it. I have only given her your name, your address, and your date of birth. It's like when you're going to be introduced to a new friend. It's nice to know a little about them beforehand.
Not bad,
wrote Sophie. Oh dear, I hope you are not feeling bad, Sophie. You must try to talk in whole sentences.
Thank you. I'm perfectly well. Can I ask you something?
I am glad you are well. Go ahead and ask me something.
How old are you?
I was constructed in Atlanta on August 8th, 1988, but I was translated into Norwegian at the Norwegian Polytechnic on March 28th, 1990.
Gosh.
I said you must talk in whole sentences.
I only said gosh.
I do not understand slang. I have a vocabulary of over 100,000 words, but the nearest I can find to gosh is gospel.
That means the story of Jesus.
Are you a Christian, Sophie?
I don't know.
As a rule, not knowing is a step toward new knowledge.
Socrates would most likely have said the same, or Descartes, for that matter.
Socrates was a Greek philosopher who lived from 470 to 399 BC. If you wish to know more, press F7. Descartes was a French philosopher who lived from 1596 to 1650. If you wish to know more, press F7.
Thank you. That'll be quite enough. Can I ask you something else?
I am glad that this was enough. Go ahead and ask.
Who is Hilda Moller-Nag?
Hilda Moller-Nag lives in Lillesand and is exactly the same age as Sophie Amundsen.
How do you know?
I don't know how. I found her on the hard disk. Sophie felt a hand on her shoulder. I have fed the data program with the little information we have about Hilda, said Alberto.
What else do you know about Hilda?
Hilda's father is a UN observer in Lebanon. He has the rank of major and continually sends postcards to his daughter.
I want to find him.
I can't do that. He is not on any of my files, and I am not coupled to any other database.
I said find him.
Are you angry, Sophie? So many exclamation marks are a sign of violent feelings.
I want to talk to Hilda's father.
You have difficulty controlling yourself. If you wish to talk about your childhood, press F9. Alberto laid his hand on Sophie's shoulder again. She's right. This is not a crystal ball. Layla is only a data program.
Shut up.
As you wish, Sophie. Our acquaintance lasted only 13 minutes and 52 seconds. I shall remember everything we have said. I shall now end the program. The letter C once again showed up on the screen. Now we can sit down again, said Alberto, but Sophie had already pressed some other keys.
Nag.
She wrote. Immediately the following message appeared on the screen. Here I am. Now it was Alberto who jumped.
Who are you?
Wrote Sophie. Major Albert Nag at your service. I came straight from Lebanon. What is your command?
This beats everything. Oh, wait, sorry.
This beats everything, breathed Alberto. The rat has sneaked onto the hard disk. And there he is. Can you see him doing the thing? Yeah. The rat has sneaked onto the hard disk. He motioned for Sophie to move and sat down in front of the keyboard. How did you manage to get into my PC? Alberto wrote. A mere bagatelle. In other words, no big deal, dear colleague. I am exactly where I choose to be, says Albert Nag. And Alberto responds, you loathsome data virus. Now, at the moment, I am here as a birthday virus. May I send a special greeting? No, thanks. So when I'm this way, I'm Hilda's dad. When I'm this way, I'm Alberto. No thanks. We've had enough of them. Oh, but I'll be quick. All in your honor, dear Hilda. Once again, a very happy 15th birthday. Please excuse the circumstances, but I wanted my birthday greeting to spring up around you everywhere you go. Love from Dad, who is longing to give you a great big hug. Before Albert could write again, the sign C had once again appeared on the screen. Albert wrote, dir.nag, which called up the following information on the screen. I'm not going to read out loud, it's a bunch of computer code here. If you got the book in front of you, I told you you had the book in front of you. Alberto wrote erase.nag and switched off the computer. There, now I've erased him, Alberto said. But it's impossible to say where he'll turn up next time. He went on sitting there, staring at the screen. Then he added, the worst of it all was the name, Albert Nag. For the first time, Sophie was struck by the similarity between the two names, Albert Nag and Alberto Knox. But Alberto was so incensed that she dare not say a word. They went over and sat by the coffee table again. Okay, we can stop the video.